Hello YouTubers, welcome to Sun Scorpio. This is the first video that I've made in a long time, and it's a quite somber video full of rage and disgust towards fraud. How many people know what fraud is? It's very destructive. It causes emotion and stress beyond the levels of words to describe it, and without further ado, this video is going to get recorded and posted, and hopefully I can find some peace. Hopefully I can find an ending to so much murder and falseness and betrayal and murder and cannibalism, especially cannibalism, that has occurred because of this worded fiasco, or beyond a fiasco. I don't know what was beyond a fiasco, but they basically just created names as a play on words and attached it to names and addresses and phone numbers that belong to real people or ghastly people that killed and ate someone and now they're impostoring their life, and it's all online through a website that goes unchecked by me because I'm not a sociopath or a psychopath that Googles their name or searches their own name or makes connections to other people through these type of directories. My circle of connection is very, very small, and the few contacts that exist are outdated, to tell you the truth, or I just don't really reach out to anyone beyond my immediate family, unless there's a like on social media or whatever, something insignificant, not like impostoring somebody or taking on their identity. So without further ado, I'll stop talking and we'll get into the fraud. Gear up, because we are going online. Okay, so let's get the microphone set up. Okay. Alright, hopefully the mic is working properly and you can hear me. And then from here on out, the video will be recorded through my laptop. Okay. Alright, so hopefully the microphone is working and the screen is recording. So let's begin. Now, this fraud is being addressed through the U.S. phone book, okay, and because I choose to address it through this site, it means that the addresses and the links on the rest of the websites might also have fraudulent information. Because I am the one addressing it, I believe the rest of the information to be false until I correct it and say that it's corrected. Okay? The information here is sensitive information, outdated information like phone numbers, and what is most concerning is the relatives that are my relatives, which are this one, this one, this one, and this one. this one, because of the name mixed up. We'll talk about that later. And then we'll have this one that is not. Okay? So if I click on my dad's name, all of this information is false. The only information that is true is the information of our current address outside of this web page. Okay? So all of this is false. The actual address in real life is on this website, but for privacy reasons, I'm only going to point at it with the pointer. I'm not going to state it out loud, okay, because it is all within this website. Most of the problem with this fraud is that people believe all of this website. The relatives attached to this last name, which is also a false age, is also fraudulent. Everything here is fraudulent. The associates, all of this is fraudulent. All of these people are in an underground ring of cannibalism and fraud and concealment for cannibalism. So all of these people are not relatives, they are not associates, or they are false associates as of now that this video is being made. Furthermore, once I correct this page, once this video is posted, I want it addressed that I want no correlation, I want no attachment to any of these names or associates. Okay? I will correct the information, and I want all of these people to die for the fraud that they have done and the things that they have taken from me, the people that they have killed, and the money and inheritance that has been lost because of the fraud, because of the cannibalism that they made. Furthermore, let's go ahead and click over here. This is fraud. The age is fraud. This avenue is like a cannibal avenue. I know a lot of Pasadena streets aren't people friendly, or they're too people friendly, whatever the case may be. Prior addresses, I believe, are also linked to other cannibal occurrences. Let's see here. See, most of these names are associates, right? But this name is linked to my address, linked to my father, and this is all false. These names are all false. Even the sub09812@gmail.com, like, what the hell is that? All of that is completely false. None of this is attached to me or my relatives in real life outside of this false U.S. phone book. Okay? Because all of this is false. All of this is fraud. Right? Now, in real life, I have been threatened before by people from Bakersfield. Okay? So this is how I know that this is the website that everyone is using to create fraud, to manipulate my life, my storyline, and people that either wish to interact with me or don't interact with me because of the cannibalism that exists, right? Because fraud and cannibalism are the main causes to this type of fraud, and nothing more. Cannibalism just leads to imposters. See, there's like more names over here. All of these people, they're cannibals. See, and the associate's name right there, I'm pretty sure you can see with my pointer. That is what is linked to my real life address, and I'm addressing the rest of it as fraud, because we are not associated with this ring of cannibalism. We are not associated with this type of murder. As far as I am concerned, the rat among the Sierras has not allowed me to kill anyone, has not allowed me to kill anyone, has not allowed me or given me the okay to take care of the people that are committing fraud. So all of the debts that they are trying to place under my name, under my family's name, all of those are completely false. And I will put the sin back to where it needs to go because I will not have it. It's not mine to take, and its rightful place belongs with the person that took the person's essence, which is what I am going to do. By heaven or hell, I'm going to do that. Let's continue with the rest of them. These mazes, right? Mazes like cannibal, like you're going to put something on a table and eat it, right? Again, the Bakersfield thing again. So they're all connected because of their last names, which I think is like an imposter last name. They probably cannibalized the real mazes and took over their name because that's what Americans do here in Cannibal America. So this is for this name, okay? This is for this name. Now I'm going to go over the other half. Now this is for my name. I have two last names. I have chosen to keep both last names. And the fraudulent thing here is that, again, I'm being attached to things that I'm not, or to cities where I am not. The reason I bring up this one here in this U.S. phone book is because I have been asked before if this was my address at one point in time, and fraudulently, like I believe this is me. Like I believe this is made in fraud form to threaten me, to scrutinize me, and to ask me questions in duress, or to put me in a position where I have to lie to make this valid. So I'm speaking about it that this is not my address, and if you believe this information, and if you believe this is my address, you believe in something that is false, you're believing something that is not real. Other tab. Now this is the address that is linked to my phone, that is linked to my address, okay? And as you can see, the relatives here are also mixed in with people that should not be here, okay? Like, the person that should not be here is this one, the Mezas. He should not be here. And if we click here, it takes us back to the Summit Avenue, and like the other names that I clicked on, some of them also have the Summit Avenue at the point of their residence. I don't know if at some point they all live there, because all of this is fraud, and I'm experiencing some glitches in my computer. Okay, so see the rest of them, the associates. Now I don't understand why this name, right, if I ever did know this person, is associated with this name down here. Now, if these two people are associated, then they are the reason for the fraud, because it's two people that are from completely different life aesthetics and upbringing. So I don't know why that is associated to that. It is fraud, and I looked at this and made notes of it. We're going to click on this person right here, E-I-R. See, it takes us back to this Buckeye Street in Pasadena, and then it takes us back to the Summit Avenue. So all of these people at some point, no matter what I click on, lead back to Buckeye or they lead back to Summit, okay? And if I keep clicking around as my notes instruct, okay? If we click on this one, it's a cannibal. MILF, okay? And I know that if I click on this one, I think it's also a cannibal. Now, this is where we get to something that's quite strange here, because when I looked this up the last time on this website, on the U.S. phone book website, the Mountain Plaza Avenue kept showing up. Mind you, this entire viewing of this video of me explaining everything, all of it is fraud. Okay, so we're taking a step back out of this website, and we're back here, and this is all fraud. So if I keep clicking on this stuff, it's just going to lead me down a rabbit hole of more fraud, which is what I want to address. That my name, my family's names are attached to this rabbit hole of fraud that I have to address online, because people are getting killed, people are doing terrible things, because this is ongoing, okay? It's ongoing. Now, when I get down here, and I click on this person down here, all of these associates, all of these emails, they're all linked to people, they are all linked to some sort of iCloud, to some sort of underground organization that is using the U.S. phone book to commit fraud, because of people like me that are psychopaths or sociopaths and don't check them. Okay? Fraud exists because of unchecked things. They didn't check it, they made fraud, they did terrible things, and now I have to address it. At 16 minutes into this video, 16 and a half, I am finally addressing it, okay? I'm telling you, this is all fraud. Now I'm going to click on this person right here. This Mounts Plaza, Figueroa Drive, Elm Drive, all of these people are linked to some sort of fraudulent activity. I don't know if the person's name is their real name, because they are imposters. They are cannibals. We will kill the person, take over, and they will just run the name with a missing letter or with a changed letter, and then they will run it. And then they are like lesser eight, where they will just believe what someone told them, whether it's a lie or not, but you still commit fraud. There's no escape. There is no Tibet. It's fraud. I think all of those with that last name, the alias name, I think they're all fraudulent. The Sanchez that I clicked earlier, they're all like a family, or they're all interconnected. I think that's also real. That's also a real fraudulent thing. Now I'm going to go on a different tab, okay, and we're going to go over here. Now this one is another one that has my dad's name on it. It's age 42, which is not my dad's real age, but the problem again is that it links the current address we have now as their prior address, okay? If people believe that that is the same person, then, you know, their name should not exist as a relative, okay? Because they no longer live here. They are their own family, and as far as I know, okay, when a person moves out of an apartment or out of a house, the person that moves in doesn't take over that person's last name, and that new person does not have a connection to the person that evacuated that space. So whatever these cannibals or whatever fraudulent things these cannibals want to do by adding their name to this phone book and trying to entangle our real life names into their fraud is just more fraud. Okay, and that is what I want to address. They're doing more fraud and they don't stop doing it. And it's the same names, it's the same people that are on my screen right now that I'm showing right here. Okay? At 20 minutes, at 19:38, 39, 40. Okay? These are the people that are committing fraud. And some of these people, like this one, and my other cousin, right? Like they're cousins to me, and I'm choosing not to say their names for privacy. We are entwined with the rest of these disgusting creatures, like that one and the mazes, which I am going to say because they cannibalize, and they don't let me murder the right people to fix it. They want my life to be broken, to have gaps, and their lives to be constructed by cannibalism, something that is known not to work. So I'm addressing it. Let me check on another tab. This one is one that I found for my brother. Now, my brother is younger than me, and in this family, I only have the one, and he is not 58 years old, okay? So if at any one point anyone thought or thinks or believes that the name on this site is related to me by blood, it is fraud. It is completely fraudulent, okay? This site is completely fraudulent because it does not have the correct and full names of my family for it to be a substantial thing. They have just taken names, letters, and phone numbers and added them to people that are known cannibals to me because I know who everyone is. They are cannibals. They're committing fraud with our names and our phone numbers, and I am addressing it. Let me click on that, okay? Now we are going to talk about my sister. In this family, in this household, I only have the one sister by blood, okay? She is not this age. If anyone at any one point thought or thinks that the name on this screen, on my screen, is the same name as my sister, you are wrong. You are believing a fraudulent thing, okay? I'm going to address that because 22 minutes of this video has been addressing the fraud on this website. The relatives and the associates added to this name might also be fraudulent because they are taking associated letters, associated words, associated names, and putting them together with actual, real names, last names, phone numbers, and current addresses. These people are committing fraud because they are not real relatives, and they are taking things from their victims, who is me, who is my family, who is our name. Okay? Let me click on the tab. This tab is open to address that the names associated with the prior is misleading and incorrect and fraudulent, okay? Because a lot of people believe that this information, the information I'm seeing on the screen right now, they believe this information to be true. They believe this information to be real, this address to be real, and that is not where my mother lives. My mother lives here alongside me, and again, I'm addressing that. The belief that this address is real is fraudulent. Any murders, any cannibalism that have occurred with people believing that this address is the real address is fraudulent, and I will add your name to the fraudulent soul list because I've had it with cannibals. I've had it. You all need to die. I've had it. Let me check on another tab. This one we're going to address very quickly. I rebuke you. I want nothing to do with this tab. I might not even click on this tab. Whatever association you want, you don't get. No accolade. I just think that it's not the name that is associated with my family, and that is it. Going back to the original tabs that I was on, here we can find associate with my name and my mother's name. And again, this is all fraudulent information. The only thing that is real current address. So the name, everything else has just been put together, along with past prior addresses. Okay, and the only prior address is connected back to my cousin, which just creates this loop, which I think is what makes the fraud look real, because they created loops that tie back into former addresses, so when they add their names, they can add the prior address as a relative name address and create fraud. Again, this is all for fraud. I, as the victim, as the addresser of this, I'm not receiving much of the benefit because I don't live in these places. With that set aside, I'm going to now stop sharing my screen and just have a one-to-one video talk with everyone. Here we go. So my screen is not being shared anymore. This video, hopefully, if everything went correctly, will show the fraud that everyone has been believing in for a really long time. I can't even begin to mention the amount of things that have gone wrong because of this, because I don't check websites for my name and address. I'm not under the belief system that one should check for these things like a psychopath. I think that I like my privacy, I like my anonymity, right? I like to be anonymous, and I'd rather not have my information posted publicly where anyone could have it. That being said, I willingly don't want my information publicly posted. This website posted some information with words and names and phone numbers that can tie me to this website. I myself did not type this up and submit it to the website for public viewing. Okay, that is the disclaimer, because I didn't do any of this. Someone else did it. Someone else tried to mess up my name, my family's name, and I hope to resolve this issue with this video, and I hope to resolve this issue with my upcoming video that I'm still hoping on doing, that covers the subject of fraud more completely. Thank you very much. I'm sorry if the video quality or the audio quality is not the best studio quality, but I am working with what I got. Thank you very much, and stay tuned for more videos. Stay tuned for more things to come. Thank you very much. This is Sun Scorpio saying goodbye, and see you next time.